What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Palantir Technologies with the ticker symbol PLTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So last time I looked at Palantir was last week, Thursday, and you see that price did continue higher towards the 125 level, and then it did see a big drop down or crash in this case. Let's take a look at the percentage drop. Once it was about a 23% drop in a few days, and now it's recovered some of the drop to about only 16%. So is this a top and are we going to see lower prices, or are we going to still see price continue moving up higher? Well, it's always a low probability pick in the top. That's why prices continues trending up higher, because there was a lot of short sellers trying to short the top right here and they got wiped out. Even every top right here, why wasn't a top? Why wasn't a top here? Maybe this is not even a top either. So it's a very low probability. Let's just monitor the trend line. So we do have this bullish trend line right here. Price is still above that. So again, if it's still above the bullish trend lines, it's still bullish. We can probably go back up to fill in the gap at the 112 level and potentially higher prices. If price gap down and then saw a lackluster lackluster bounce, something like this, then it was a good chance price can roll over to the downside. But we're seeing a pretty decent bounce off this level. So there's a good chance this may just continue trending up higher. Not much else to say on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the log scale on the weekly chart. Here's a look at the log scale on the weekly chart. Price did get a little bit overextended from the EMA. But again, a lot of times these trends, I mean, they can last a long time. So it was very unsustainable, but again, it can last longer than most people think. So let's go over the trend angles. First angle of attack was this one right about here, about 23 degrees, and then price went over a steeper one, 51, and now we could be potentially going in another steeper one. So overall, it still looks like it wants to continue trending up higher as right now. So we did see a big drop, but again, it's just too early to call this a top. We'll see how these trend lines develop. As right now, it still looks like price wants to continue pushing up higher. So again, we need more data to figure out if this is a top or not. Let's look at some measure move targets. I think this was a good leg right here to measure. So let's take a look at the arrow tool. This is all one large impulse right here. This was the second leg up. Price reached the target, barely sold off. So it looks like it's really hard to find a good leg to measure. Maybe something like this. This is all one large leg right here. Second leg up. And this target was already met, basically. So not really seeing a good measured move to use. Let's maybe look at a different time frame. Monthly chart, not much help is either. Let's go back to the daily. Not much help there either. We can just use more nearer term targets. So let's say this is a bottom and we're going to continue higher. Well, we can make another leg up. This will take price towards the 197 level, 196 level. So yes, it could get that insane, because a lot of times when price is moving exponentially, that's generally what happens. It just goes up in a vertical fashion. So again, it's probably not done yet. We did see a big drop, but again, we just have to monitor it. I don't want to say it's the top, and I don't want to say we're going to continue higher as right now. But I do want to say is watch this trend line right here. This trend line will tell you practically everything you need to know. If we continue to see price stay above this trend line, expect a new all-time high. If we see a break of this bearish trend line, I think we have probably seen a top, at least a longer-term top, and we're going to see a price drop down to the $84 level. So let's see what happens at this trend line. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.